Watch this. I let him keep hitting me and chasing me, just to pull him exactly where I wanted. Once he stepped too far from his team and into my turret range, it was over. This is how you bait players into guaranteed kills with Kaja. So I have to comment very quickly on the build. I'm not going to go into all of the items in detail. If you want to see an explanation of the build, watch my very first video on this channel about Kaja. But as you will notice, my last two items have CD reduction, the Oracle, and then most importantly, the Brute Force Breastplate. And that not only gives you CD reduction, but also a unique passive of 25% extra control reduction duration if you have full stacks. Plus I equip the Purify spell, because if you look on the enemy's team, a lot of their players have either stun, immobilization, or crowd control. You have Ruby, who has massive crowd control, can scoop you with her scythe and drag you into a turret. You have Maya, who has her second skill, which is the arrow she fires into the air, and when it hits the ground, it can immobilize you for 1.2 seconds. And there are other heroes that have CC. So my job as Kaja, as the roamer, with my skills, which paralyzes enemies, reduces their damage, as well as slowing them and doing magic damage. My task is to stay alive as much as I can, stack up my damage reduction on the enemies, and therefore allow my team to win all team fights. So I do not want to get caught in any crowd control and get killed too early in a team fight, because then my team will lose without me.
Uranus, let us commence. Witness the power. Uranus, let us commence. Demon, there's nowhere for you to run.
Attack the turtle! Initiate retreat! Enemy battle cell RTB!
You shall not have the opportunity to run. There's nowhere for you to run. Nowhere you can hide.
An ally is slaying the turtle! Launch attack! Ally has been slain. Launch attack!
Good to see you, Raphael. Witness the power of pure lightning.
Request battle!
The dawn follows. Uranus, let us commence.
Killing spree!
Now, as you can see, this game starts off fairly slow. Not much happens in the first 5 to 6 minutes. I just keep roaming the battlefield to try and help out all my teammates to prevent them from feeding. And also I'm trying to play safe, rack up some assists while I allow my equipment to build. I definitely don't want to get in any heated team fight and risk dying too early without having at least 2 to 3 of my items under my belt. So Kaja always starts off slow. He's a late game hero. He gets better as he gets his equipment, and as I explained, I have a very unique build to ensure maximum durability in fights. So this is how I get my first kill, and probably one of probably the first or second major team fight. I notice Kaja, who's their roamer, coming in from the bush trying to gank our mage. And this is why it's important to, if not play other enemy heroes, at least to know what their skills are. And I know Kaja has crowd control. She can grab you and then take you up into the air and slam dunk you a couple meters away, probably closer to her team or her turret. So as she was about to grab our mage, I hit her with the paralyze that stopped her skill mid-flight, and she was close enough to the turret where I could drag her into the turret. She starts taking damage, but she's a roamer, so she has a lot of HP and defense. But my mage skillfully and very aware used her flame skill to knock her back under the turret to take extra damage, and that gave time to our jungle to catch up and finish her off. And then we also got another kill, which was my first kill on their mage, Kadita, as she was trying to retreat. She got hit with my slow from my electric ring, and the jungle also attacked her, but I got the last hit and I got my first kill, and we took out 2 enemies in one team fight with no deaths on our team. So you got to see the first use of my ultimate, well timed, close to a turret, and drag the enemy in.
Launch attack! Our turret has been destroyed. Initiate retreat. Okay. Monster kill.
So my second kill comes in this other team fight. As you can see, we are dominating the team fights. Although my jungle's HP is a bit low, Soyu had to escape because he was close to death. We got after we got hit by a bit of crowd control from Kadita. I saw Ruby in perfect range from my ultimate, so I grabbed her, paralyzed her, dragged her back away from her turret, and then with our mage's flame skill, along with my jungle strike and my continued hits, reducing her damage, slowing her and paralyzing her, we were able to get a kill on Ruby.
Double kill. Destroy turret. Turret player. Your team destroyed a turret. Ally has been slain. Ally has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret.
So here's where I use a bit of Sun Tzu Art of War strategy. I notice that Soyu has used his dash to get closer to me, which means he has looked at the minimap as I have, and he realizes I'm alone. He has his mage Kadita backing him up, so he thinks he can get a kill. So he rushes closer to me, and he's doing damage, he's striking me. I'm slowly retreating, but every now and then I turn around and I do damage on him, but he's doing way more damage to me. But he's getting overconfident, and what he doesn't realize is that I'm slowly retreating to my turret, and I'm using my items. This is why my build is so important. Particularly, the Chastity's Pauldron starts healing me while I'm taking damage, which, you know, should have been a red flag for him to stop. But he continues chasing, and I wait until he is close enough to my turret, and then I grab him. And after that, it's good night, GG, well played. I drag him under the turret, and he takes several hits from the turret that finishes him off because he is a jungle. He doesn't have any defensive items, so it doesn't take much to kill him. And this is a perfect example of why Kaja is so dangerous. If you have the right build, and you must build for high durability and HP regeneration, you can set up traps for the enemy like this and get what is in effect a solo kill by a roamer against the other side's jungle, who is backed up by a mage. This should not be happening in a game. This is a bad mistake by the jungle. And here's how I rack up my third easy kill, again using my ultimate paralyze and drag the enemy. Kalia was caught in Julian's crowd control. She was frozen under the turret. I moved within distance of her, grabbed her, dragged her away from the turret towards our team. As you can see, the entire enemy team is in their base behind the turrets, and she was alone and easily killed. I got the last hit with my Wrath of Sanction, and their rumor is now gone. Now here's where my overconfidence almost got me killed, but because I have full knowledge and command of my skills and awareness of Ruby's skills, I was able to escape with very low HP, but it was a mistake on my part. I came too close to their base wall. I saw Ruby there. I knew she had the skills, and she scooped me with her scythe and brought me into their base in the range of their turrets and the enemy. But I knew that my dash skill can make me dash through walls, and that's why I was able to escape by dashing through the wall, even with low HP. And you can see that Kadita was desperate for the kill. Her and Maya tried to freeze us with her arrow that she shoots up into the air. It did hit us, and then Kadita chased for a while, but I was able to escape.
An enemy has been slain. Legendary. Double kill.
It's good to see you, Rafaela.
An ally has slain more.
demon, there's nowhere for you to run.
And again, more of the same strategy. Kaja grabs me and slams me near the turret, but it doesn't kill me. And then Soryu rushes in a bit too early. He gets paralyzed, dragged by two of my teammates, and
Superb tanking!
Witness the power of pure lightning.
Your team destroy the turret! Your team destroy the turret! Superb control!